Got it.
Well, hello, Tom. Thank you for joining Instinct Magazine today for a quick little chat. I see you're in your car. Where are you?
So I'm right outside of San Francisco. I stopped at Luca's Deli for a little snack. We were gonna try to make it. We're staying in Alameda tonight. We're going to the Grateful Dead, which are playing their last shows ever
Oh,
in San
wow.
Francisco this weekend.
Oh,
And
wow.
my stepmom's a Deadhead, so she came all the way out here. So we met her in Yosemite, and now we're going to the Dead show. Sorry, this is a long answer. And my husband said that I was hungry and I'd have a better interview if I wasn't hangry, were his direct words. So we
That
stopped by Luca's
I
Deli.
appreciate him then. I appreciate him immensely. So I'm glad you're not angry with me. Um, so to make you not angry with me, I'm a Tom Goss virgin. I haven't been to
Oh,
one of your shows. And when I asked my other Instinct writers here, I said, Tom Goss, anyone interview him? And accolades, accolades, love, love, adoration. Someone said you're a good kisser too, but I don't know if that was a joke or not. But
I mean, I am.
but they
I
said you're a great
definitely am.
interviewer. So I'm looking forward to this.
Thanks.
Um, now, when you were growing, I'm a virgin, so I'm going to start back at the beginning for me and get to know you a little better, if you don't mind, quickly. You
Yeah.
know, on your webpage it says you're indie songwriter who mixes ballads with folk and pop, and you've been compared to Brett Dennen and Matt Kearney. Who do you
Hmm.
compare yourself with personally? Like when you were growing up and you were singing and performing, who did you want to be like, or who did you say, "Oh, I think I'm like this person. I think I'm like that person."
I kind of like don't ever know how to answer that question, even after answering it for 17 years. I grew up really idolizing Dave Matthews Band. Is why I picked up the guitar. That's why I play the guitar, and I think you can hear it a lot in how I play the guitar, the percussiveness of my guitar playing. But I don't want to say this out loud in case he's listening. I mean, he's not, but it's like I don't find him as I've grown older, even though I was obsessed for years and years, as I've grown older, I don't find him like that he's a very compelling songwriter in a lot of ways. I think what he does really works for him. And I think if I think of like how I was writing early on, I was definitely trying to cultivate a sound that was more like Dave Matthews Band, and it was really bad. Um, because it only works for him. Because what he does is so weird, and it only works for him. And so I don't really know what I compare my sound to. I think I write in a lot of different styles because I kind of get bored. I don't want to keep doing the same thing every single time. Even this record, it was a little bit of a challenge at times to be like, how do we? Because I've just been recording so much and writing so much, and I have my own studio now, so it's just like a constant flow of songs. And it was like, how do we even pair these into a collection that makes sense? That's the problem which I'm finding right now. But I think my writing's a lot more like oldies pop in a lot of ways. If you think of like the Beatles or the Monkees or people that are really writing like concise, bright, fun pop songs that get to the point and get out real quick kind of thing. I have a hard I'm most of my songs clocking it under 3 minutes, and sometimes I'm stretching them to get to that 3 minutes, which
Mm.
is fine because that's how music's kind of evolving now too. So I'm ahead of the game.
I was listening to Enemy of Good on YouTube
Mhm.
and well, watching, excuse me. And the next performer, I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting too. It was Mama Cass. It came up,
Oh,
and it was go and her song "Different" came up right after. I was like, I don't know. This sounds like a good mashup. Like this would be on a good, mix right here. Tom Goss and the Mama Cass because she's very emotional, and the song "Different" itself was coming up after Enemy of Good, kind of reflection and owning the differences,
yeah.
owning like you said in the song, the cracks. The cracks are what make you you. And the press release for us to be introduced to this new record, mentioned that there might have been a couple of few cracks since 2019 in your personal life as well, and
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of stemmed into this new 15 track release, which is
I feel
wonderful.
like yeah, thank you.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, no.
No, I just spent 2 days camping with my family. Like the cracks go way back. Like watching, you know what I mean? It's like I'm watching them, like I'm just kind of observing, but like, oh yeah, there it is. It's
Yeah.
like
Well, there's a lot of decisions you made too. I mean, I'm not saying your life sounds similar, but I was born in a very northern state. Um, I was into the whole Catholic faith per se, and people looked at me and said, "Oh, you should be a priest." And I'm like, "Well, there's that gay thing." And so, I noticed that on your bio that you kind of went through the same thing a little bit. I actually taught high school for 10 years, so I took that a little bit longer than your 1 year stint of teaching. But I really enjoyed that. I'm now in higher education as well too. But you've had a lot of gear changes throughout, and a lot of self-awareness, I think, which has been wonderful and added up to where you are. One thing that I did see in the video for Enemy of Good and on your bio, which I was like, oh wow, were those thighs of yours? So are those from wrestling days?
I
You
love.
were in that little black speedo, and I'm like, hello, Tom's thighs. I mean, that I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think I've seen them before in a video.
I've always had those thighs. I've
Oh my,
always like growing up. They used to make fun of me like little tree trunk legs. It just always um they've always been there, and in some ways they might be smaller than they've ever been, but yeah, it's funny. The funny thing about that video too is there was a completely different video that we had planned and
yeah.
spent a lot more at time and energy on, and there was a really integral part of that video, and then 36 hours before the video went to shoot, they backed out and I was stuck, and I was like, I had no idea what we were going to do, and I had no wardrobe because I was in New York on tour. And so I went to the thrift shop, and everything you're seeing in the video was like thrift shop, like a frantic thrift shop find in an hour. And I love the wardrobe in that video, but it's a complete hot mess. And the video is kind of a complete hot mess, and it all fits really perfectly. Like it was meant to go down that way. Like it was meant to be so imperfectly imperfect.
Yes, no, exactly. You said perfect is the enemy of good. Well, the video is good. It is. Yeah, we can't say it's perfect because you just mentioned all that, but no, it was very, very enjoyable, and I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
You mentioned you're in outside San Fran, seeing the Grateful Dead. What's the venue they're playing at?
They're playing at the Oracle, which
Oracle.
is where the Warriors play.
Okay. You've played a lot of different venues. What's been your favorite venue to play in, inside or out?
Oh, you know what? I just played at Rock Bar in New York City, and I fucking love Rock Bar. Like, I've played so many really nice, classy, prestigious music venues in my career, and I've had a really good time at those venues. I love Hotel Cafe in Los Angeles. It's kind of like the other end of the spectrum. Like, it's real classy, it's real speakeasy, everything's pristine, they're really taking care of you, but there's like so much stress involved in it, and everybody sits down. It's all this kind of like, it's a little fussy, and which is great. I demand that respect. But oh, Sunshine Cathedral. Honestly, Sunshine Cathedral in Fort Lauderdale too is probably one of my favorites. But Rock Bar, which I just played, that's what I'm thinking of it, is a complete like it's just a bar that everybody's going to have fun.
Yeah.
And Jason, who's the owner, is like so fun, and I can text him. And it is the same thing with Robert at Sunshine Cathedral. It's really, I feel so grateful. I feel really wonderful to have built these relationships. These aren't venues to me. Like when I
Right.
think about Sunshine Cathedral, which I've played for probably 10 years, or Rock Bar, which I've played for 10 years, these are people that I care about. These are my friends. These are people that are in my life, and I can text them and I can have conversation with them. And it doesn't feel like the music industry is trying to squeeze all of the life out of me, which is how most days are
Yeah.
that I live. So yeah, I would say right now Rock Bar is really fun and Sunshine
Nice.
Cathedral is really
Nice.
fun. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, Sunshine Cathedral. When I moved to Florida, I lived with, I don't know if you know Tito and Dennis from Sunshine Cathedral or not. They do a lot of the sound and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
See you next time. You're coming down in January 19th of next year
Yeah.
to Sunshine Cathedral. So I better, become a non-virgin again there.
No,
And
you
come
gotta
see
come.
you.
You gotta come. You gotta come. And now you have to stop ignoring my growler shouts and send me a note, and we'll get you on the list and we'll get you out there.
I will, I will. But speaking about venues and Florida, and let's say Texas as well, there's a little bit of a push in the social community, gay community to say, let's boycott Florida. Let's not go there. We need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
show that we are against DeSantis. I don't want to get too political, but Did that cross your mind when you said, I want to go to Sunshine Cathedral or
Not for a
Bear Soup
moment.
in
Not for a
Tampa?
moment. You know what? No, no. It's an interesting thing. I guess for me, we've become a society that very much sees things in black and white, right? This, this person did this, cancel. This person did this, cancel. And and you can't do that with a state. It's like there's millions of people in the state, and I know that the legislation is horrifying. The legislation and the trajectory of said legislation, what it points to is horrifying. But that doesn't mean that there's not amazing people in Florida that I love. It doesn't mean I don't have family in Florida that I love. Like some of the people that are nearest and dearest to me are in Florida. Does that mean I never visit them? Does that mean I
Right.
write them off for forever? Does that mean that their quality of life, like I agree with participating in their quality of life going down because some fuckstick is like deciding he wants to be an asshole?
Right.
I guess I just don't see it like that. I feel like it's more nuanced than that. If my venue that I was booking was Ron DeSantis's venue, I'd be like, I'm not gonna help you make money.
Right.
But that's not the case. I'm going to one of the most um gay friendly cities in the world to play at probably the most gay friendly gay gay healing church on the planet Earth. And and that holds value to me, and the people that exist, people hold value to me more than legislation, if that makes sense.
Makes wonderful sense. I did an article for Instinct in we mentioned Lath Ashley was coming to Sunshine. Coco Peru was performing locally, and there was a big bear event at the Eagle or behind the Eagle. And people were like, "How dare you promote Florida like this?" I was like, "Because we live here, because we're living here, and we are
Yeah.
promoting our own lives, and we need to live like this." And I always fire
Hmm.
back: Did we ban going to New York City after the Stonewall event? No,
No.
we decided in Philadelphia to say we're going to back there next year, and we are going to keep going back every year and protest and have a pride parade. That's the main reason to happen. We need to not just let people go. I feel bad for Tennessee. What's going to
We
happen
should,
to Tennessee?
yeah. We should be going to Florida more. We should, like, here's the thing. If there's minds do not change unless there's a personal impact to said mind, right? And so if we are showing up in these places that don't that's a weird sentence, that don't want us there or have feelings about us, they think that they hate gay people, right? That's what they think. They hate gay people because they have this idea of what gay people are. If we exist in the world and then all of a sudden they have to deal with us, and they can't continue to perpetuate this idea because obviously we're fucking amazing and smart and talented and we spend
Right,
our money
right.
wisely and we are good to people. If we always bring that to the table, then ultimately you win.
Yeah. If we leave the table and they don't remember us, then we've lost definitely. So
Exactly.
okay, something more happier note. Let me do a little celebrity crush rapid fire round kind of questionnaire. Who is your celebrity crush right now?
Oh my God. I hate these questions. I
I
don't
know, I
even know
know.
who celebrities are. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, but I don't actually know the guy's name. First of all, I'm bad at celebrities. Second of all, I'm bad at names. But I was on this plane to Iceland 2 years ago, and I was on Iceland Air, and there was this television show called The Minister, and it was just this guy's face. It's an Icelandic show, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta watch this show." It was so fucking hot. And then I was like, and so there's whoever that actor is, he is so hot. And the funny thing, the thing that I really loved about this show is that it presented him as hot, not overtly, right? But he was the prime minister of Iceland, and he was magnetic. He was sexually magnetic to guys and girls. It was a little unspoken, but it was so there. And for me, as somebody who likes men of size, who's attracted to men of size. I
Yeah.
I never seen that. I never really experienced it in that way. And I kind of got it. People probably watch Brad Pitt movies and there's this like energy happening in their body. I've never experienced that. So this was so me at 40 years old, the first time I experienced it was in this television show called The Minister. So whatever that guy's name, uh, yeah,
I'll have to look him up and I'll tag him.
I'm into it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience. I was in Switzerland for a week in January, and Pedro Pascal was everywhere because HBO
Mm-hmm.
broadcast into Switzerland, and The Last of Us was every huge posters. I'm like, okay, he's following me. Uh,
He is.
if you don't like the rapid fire questions, I'll skip those.
No, do them, do them, do them. Just talking to celebrities. It's not that I don't like them, it's that I feel insecure about my ability to answer a
Oh
celebrity
no,
question.
that was a great answer. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the biggest challenge for the LGBTQ community? Short answer.
Oh shit.
Good
Oh my
job.
God. I want to cry when I say this out loud. Loving ourselves and each other. I think it's really easy to look around DeSantis and say, fuck that dude. I'm angry at that dude. I want to fight that dude. But
Right.
we are discriminating against um and marginalizing our own community all the time. And until we stop being divisive within ourselves, then we really have no business talking about people outside of our community. I think we need to be more gentle, more forgiving, more loving within our community to each other.
Yeah, there's a case in Key West right now of a queer woman who's suing all male resorts because she wants to be let in. All male nude resorts. And it's like, why can't we have our space? Why can't we just,
Yeah.
have that? And I was like, why are we fighting in between? So it goes along with that. What is the biggest positive of our community? We said negative. What else the biggest
Oh
positive?
shit. I love gay people. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's like I say that, but also like gay people have had to endure so much. Our and I think that's just why I hold our community to task because we have endured so much and we have so much compassion
Yeah.
and we have created such wonderful art and literature and theater as a result of this like in, in many ways like never ending trauma that we're doing every single day. And so I love the resiliency that we have and I love our
Nice.
our ability to continue to be open and love and let people in and create. And that's why I know that we can continue to do more because I see it every day. I see the brilliance that we are.
Nice, nice. What's your favorite body part on you?
I love my legs. Yeah, I love my legs. I'm into it. I'm
Good.
into my legs.
What
Yeah.
about on someone else?
That really varies. I do love legs. I love chest. I love bellies. I mean, I don't think there's a part of the male body that I don't like. So, you know what it is for me? It's really has nothing to do with the body. It really has to do with the spirit, the energy behind the body. If somebody is the most beautiful person in the like if I was to create a prototype of the most beautiful person and then they were like mean, I would immediately be
Oh,
unattracted to
agreed,
them.
agreed. Yeah,
Yeah. So for me it's like how are you what is your vulnerability and compassion look like? And if you have that, even if I wouldn't put any of your body parts in my person thing, I will immediately be attracted to all of those body parts.
Final question. Besides, thank you so much for your time today. Um, if you could tell that little closeted boy that's wondering or questioning or thinking, and he's in a bad spot or just having a hard time
Mm.
with himself being gay, what would you tell him?
Um, hmm. I would tell him. For me right now, I feel like it's about like it's like authenticity, vulnerability, and joy. And really, I think for me, it all ends at joy. Like if kissing a boy brings you joy, you should kiss that boy.
Are you writing a song
Like
right now?
I actually that would be a really nice if kissing a boy brings you joy, kiss that boy. That's actually a really
I like
wonderful.
that a lot.
I think that's it, and I think that goes beyond sexuality. I think especially someone said this. What is this? Luca Deli, and I read a review, and this guy was like, the first thing of the first sentence was, I don't usually give 5-star reviews. And I'm like, well, then why are you on here? That's what I was thinking. And when I spent like 20 minutes reading his reviews, like, this place is amazing. The service is great. I love my food. My family loved my food. It was definitely go here. 3 stars. Like,
Oh.
what is going on here? And I think the internet has made us such critical creatures.
Right.
We think that we have that our value lies in our ability to critique. And I don't believe so. I think our value lies in our ability to find joy. And if we perceive the world in that way, we are just gonna always be having a great time. If we start to look if we start to look at the review to make it to instead of making a 5-star review, try to make it a 4-star review, well, then all of a sudden you're dissatisfied. I mean, it goes back to the song. Like, why are we searching for the perfect when, I mean, shit, I just spent 2 days in Yosemite. Have you been to Yosemite?
No, I have not yet. No.
Adam, stop everything you're doing and go to Yosemite. Because it's like your mind will just be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how are these waterfalls coming from like a mile in the sky? Like, and you can do that almost anywhere you are with almost anything you're doing. And I think that's the amazing thing about like music. Like, where does this come from? How did I write this? Like, why does it reach in here? Like, there's so much that's wonderful. And so I would say to the closeted kid, I would say, like, find those things that make you happy for that are outside of your family, that are outside of your friends, that are outside of all the noise of the internet. Like, what makes you smile? Does petting that dog make you smile? Then fucking go pet that dog. Like, that's what I would say.
Excellent. No, thank you so much. Good luck on your ninth release. I started listening on Spotify.
Thank you.
I'll put the link in an article as well for that. But it was a pleasure meeting you today and feeling your joy outside of the deli in
Thank
the
you.
car. I look forward to seeing you in Fort Lauderdale in January at the Sunshine Cathedral. And have a blessed day.
Adam, I'm gonna be so mad if you're not there in January.
I
I'm gonna be
I
so
will,
mad.
I will try. I sometimes I travel maybe 2 or 3 times a month, and sometimes it's for 5 or 6 days at a time. So I'm not in town that often, but I will definitely try. For you,
Okay, well,
I'll try.
I hope to see you very soon, Adam. Thank you so
Okay.
much for all your time.
Thank you, sir. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.